But basically, like I said, this is Logic Pro X 101 Music Producer Edition. So really just kind of going through the producer, just kind of going through the producer steps as far as like my workflow and a lot of stuff that I've learned as far as like start off, what is a music producer, you know, basically, it kind of says the producer is pretty much the overseer, the operator of a musical act, sound recording, and its refinement. Which typically now the engineer kind of works more, kind of as the more of like the producer. So it's like with today, it's like you know, it's pretty much like kind of both roles are kind of like interchangeable. So it's like when you have like the artist and the engineer and the music producer, they all could genuinely be one of the same people. So pretty much just a little quick overview, but like an intro into DAW'S, which is digital audio workstations, which are mainly just softwares that allow your computer to interact with you know the microphones or whatever inputs you have, whether it's a guitar or a piano or something like that. And like I said, this one in particular, we're talking about Logic. So you know, let's get to it. And obviously electronic music production, which is kind of what we're doing. All this stuff kind of came from analog, kind of the analog background, more dealing with you know uh, the actual keyboards. Like these sounds are actually like emulations of like real pieces of gear, that has like all the chords and all the different patches and inputs, inputs and outputs that you have to work with. So when we come to Logic, pretty much I would say the base of Logic for the most part is software synths, virtual instruments, and the drum machines and the samplers. So Logic straight out the box, I mean, these are all of the actual synths that you have, and try to share this screen. Let's see if it'll go back. That's not Alchemy, but this actual synth right here is Alchemy, like, and this is pretty much like, kind of like if you ever heard of another one called Omnisphere, which is more like it's kind of like, like it's like sample based synthesis. So it's like a sampler synthesizer. So whatever you put into it is like basically programming it, within itself. Hold on, I said somebody say they're having trouble getting in on. Let's see. But yeah, like let me check this one. No, like I said, I'm kind of new to this. Let me see. Yeah, I don't see nobody trying to get in. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, like Alchemy, like it's pretty much like it's one of like Logic's like best kept secrets. Like, like if you don't know about it, because obviously it's like it's very, confusing. Like if you look at it, like all the, and it's taking up a lot of, RAM as well. So like to like really just kind of mess around with it, like it's pretty much kind of like the art. And you could kind of like program whatever sound you want, kind of based off of, all of this stuff. So it's like it has like the minimal part. I don't know, I think my Alchemy should be able to see it. It's still kind of glitchy though. I'm gonna just try to hit one. Like I said, it's more so like a lot of the sounds are kind of like based off of like categories. So you could kind of just pick like what you want, like as far as like a choir, counter, as far as like industrial, whatever kind, smooth, and then it'll kind of break it down. Now you pick Alchemy and Wonderland. Now you have all these different options of right? Now you can actually compare it to the synth. I would say most of the actual sounds that Logic has, like that's pretty much it's what they have going on. Like they kind of like break stuff down like in within categories and stuff like that. And then
Your sound going in and out.
I was saying like as far as with the categories, like it kind of breaks everything down as far as like you can kind of like really pinpoint what you want. So it's like say like in here, and a lot of their plugins are kind of the same. So like if you go like here and say you're looking for pads, then it kind of has this subcategory. You want like evolve, whatever. So it kind of just breaks it down to where it's like now it's still loading, but now it's this kind of sound, kind of a crazy kind of pad. Then, like I said, that's just one synth, Like I said, and you ain't just going to, the EF M1. Let me, uh, my first time. I think I could. Let's see. Can I do multiple? So this is this one. Yeah.
No, I want to bring that. No.
Like with this one, it's kind of the same, but it's more like these are more like sounds that are really using a lot of like like effects as far as like the from the attack, sustain, the K and the release as far as like creating the actual sound. So this is the preset, this actually isn't this. But like I said, so now you could kind of, this is like the harmonic. So it's like now I'm like really, this is more like super sound design stuff, if you want to make it like cut the attack off and it's not hidden, like, make it shorter and not decay, make it longer, I mean, you could really kind of just alter with a lot of, just a bunch of little stuff to kind of really get the sound the way that you're really trying to make it, like it. So if say you're, messing with like, I don't know, like say this. And it has like two frequency modulators, so you could actually control two different harmonics and like from, that's that from that, and that's just, from, like moving a couple knobs. And like I said, it's more just really with a lot of the Logic stuff. I know when I first started dealing with them, they were like, I would say intimidating, for a lack of better words. Cause like I said, when you look at some of the plugins, they, like even with just these two, the EF M1 and the actual Alchemy, like they really have like, like I said, a bunch of the same stuff, but the user interface as far as like the way it looks is kind of intimidating. So then even if we was to go to the ESM, here, let me actually go back here and try to share this. I keep getting messages from people saying they can't get in. I don't even know how to like work this. But anyways, it's okay. 1 second. Getting the hang of it. But just going back to like I was saying, you should see all of them now. And then like I said, this ESM, and I kind of load up a bunch of them because I kind of have all the synths. And like I said, they all kind of have different sounds, so it's kind of the synth, Now that's actually the mono. Then But like I say, they all have that lush analog sound, you know. Like I said, a lot of the sounds in both of them, like they all have, you know, these various, you know, just same kind of sounds that but they have like the same sounds that are really, you know, like lush and kind of like, you know, they have that vintage like pop to them, like because that's really what a lot of people, you know, they do. They try to replicate, you know, analog because it's, you know, it's. I mean, digital has caught up with it, but you know, when you more so get to, you know, stuff like that, and like I say, the ES one, this is. I would say I've used this for bass because, like I said, it has more like, you know, different like features as far as like with because obviously it's more knobs. So like I said, you could like actually cut stuff off, add stuff to it, you know, like cut the amplification up, you know what I'm saying, and like kind of like fatter, you know, as far as like with just like, you know, just like really moving stuff around. And you kind of really getting into more like I was saying, sound design stuff. Drive, you can filter stuff out. Get to it now. It's, you know. You know, like I said, and then just even dealing with all the waveforms and actually the oscillator, like, you know, like I mean, it's so much stuff. Like, you know, like I could talk about probably some of these things for an hour, like, you know, but like I said, just to kind of give you like an overview of like some of the stuff that, you know, that's available, the ES2, you know, like this is kind of like the big brother of, you know, the ES1, you know, like I said, they're pretty much, you know, kind of similar, but one is kind of like, you know, a little better than the other, you know. So it's like really with just, you know, looking for sounds, like they have all the, you know, the sounds you might be looking for. If you're looking for a gated synth or, you know, some synth chords, I don't know. Chicago stack, since I'm in Chicago, I don't, you know, you know what I'm saying? So as far as like, I'm gonna go through these other two synths and then get to these other sounds, and then we gonna get to making some music. But I just wanted to, you know, show you some of the stuff because, like I said, you might not even know about this stuff, you know, and it's on your computer. Like if you don't have any third party, you know, plugins or don't even know what third party plugins are, like, you know, this is the stuff that pretty much comes with Logic, like straight out the box, you know. So you could like literally, the poly synth, and it's a vocoder. So, you know, like if I actually imported, you know, vocals into it, like you could actually, you know, do some stuff. And that's, like I said, that's a whole another thing within itself. But all of these sounds, like I said, these are synths, you know. The retro synth is more, you know, kind of like an emulation of everything that I just was explaining, you know, and they kind of, you know, excuse me, they kind of like, you know, put it in one plugin, you know. You know, so like I said, you could kind of go into the actual, you know, all these different sound banks, and they have like just multiple sounds, you know, from basses to strings. Obviously, all of them are synthesized, which is what'll be the next one once I get into the virtual instruments, you know. And then lastly, we have sculpture, you know, which is kind of similar to alchemy, which is probably like another most slept on thing that Logic has. Like I said, the sounds are pretty straightforward, and it's kind of like alchemy as well, because like I said, you could actually sample in there as far as like creating synthesis and adding, you know, oscillators that actually, you know, make the sound, you know, do what. All right. So yeah, like I say I'm gonna load this other one, and we'll get to something. But do y'all have any questions, or I don't need to save that. Do y'all have any questions or anything, or what? Can y'all hear me? Is my screen straight, or?
We good. We good. I want you to start from a fresh blank document though.
That's what I'm gonna do once
That's what you're gonna do. Yeah.
after this one. That's what I'm gonna do when I just go.
Yeah.
I just want to show you, like I said, all the actual sounds. Like, like it's like 300 gigs worth of sounds on here. So like
Right.
let me see. I don't know if you can see my screen. Probably not. I unshared it, but here, let me see. Is go up here. I don't know if you downloaded all the sounds, but if you go like up here where it says sound library, and you could like actually download all the available sounds. And that's kind of how, if you don't have some of these sounds that I got, but I'll show you that once I get through. Let me go through these sounds real quick, because these are the, like, I guess the studio sets. So the first one, is it playing? The first one is the actual studio horns. Like I said, it's actually a real horn, Like I said, it has like the articulations, and all that. You know? Like, so you really kind of want to humanize it. You got the articulations and all that, as far as like, if you want it to be a short, expressive, long, like fall, that's a medium, a short one, like all that, growl, like, so you can kind of really, like, that's just the horn, and obviously the studio string is pretty much kind of the same. So like I said, and just really dealing with that, I kind of have a love and hate relationship with this one, but because like I said, it takes up a lot of space when you saving like tracks. Like I kind of ran into some issues with that, so I kind of don't use this one no more because of that. But like I said, it does all of this. It's doing a scoop fast, a glissando down, get it going up, the pitsy, like I said, and then going to the next one, the vintage B3 organ, it really, like I said, these sounds, obviously they're emulating something that was, obviously from back in the days, but it's pretty close, So you got a tray, you got all the rotors and all that, so you kind of just, switch, add your harmonics, and you can like switch stuff around. It's pretty much a lot of functions that you can kind of really, like go in depth with it. But I would say like that organ is pretty, it's pretty nice. Like I said, you got a clav. Trying to get the Stevie Wonder on. Or the song, but Yeah. And you got, obviously electric piano. So, like and you obviously have a mellotron as well, which I kind of like because I was messing around with it earlier. I think I X'd it out. But I was messing around with it earlier and I was blending these sounds, like, cause you obviously have a blend button. So this is a female choir, but this is a boys choir, on B. So if I was to blend them, kind of make your own sound, and you could transpose it up or down, like you could transpose that up, transpose it, or have them both, in the middle. And then, like I said, they also have, other sounds as well. But the mellotron is definitely like a old school piece of gear that was, pretty. It was pretty dope. And yeah, all right. So we'll go into the drum machines, and then we'll kind of like go back and like use some of the same stuff that I was using, and like go in with the drums, because as far as with the virtual instruments side of things, like Logic, they definitely have a lot of virtual instruments, but I would say the drum side of things are really, kind of top notch as well. So let's see. Let's get back to this screen. Did it load down? Okay. All right. I think I might still have this sample loaded and I kind of, so first, because I kind of already have it up here. I don't know if you're familiar with the actual drummer track. Like I have one up here and I could actually just delete it. And like the way it works, if like, say you were to just make a new track, like a drummer track, as far as like, I'll just make a brand new one, But once, yeah, I'll make it from here. But you go there, hit drummer, you have the option of, all the actual types you want, like as far as like, I don't know what type of music you're producing, but you have the option of rock, alternative, songwriter, R&B, electronic, hip hop and percussive, Obviously I do a lot of hip hop, but I mainly use the percussive, the percussion. I mainly just use the percussion. I've used hip hop and I could show you a way of using that when I get into the next example. But like I just pick I don't know, songwriter. So say you just pick this, it basically just created that just off of me picking, So like I said, you could actually switch. They don't have that many presets, but like I said, how many is that? 8? So say you like Aurora, or say you like, summer songs, But you could actually move, on the XY axis, you got simple, complex, loud, and soft. So obviously if I have it straight in the center is, kind of cool. But if I take it straight up to the center loud, obviously it's gonna play it loud. And obviously if I take it straight down, it's gonna play it broken down, like kind of like a breakdown. And I'm just moving like on the things. You don't have to move like this. But this is simple, what they consider simple. This is what they consider complex. So, say you like that, so now you also have the choice of, dealing with the kick, the snare, the hi-hats, and if you want the toms, like in my example that I'm going to show you with the hip hop, like you could basically just do them all separate, like do a kick on one, do a snare on one, do a hi-hat on one, do a tom on one. You could get that extreme if you want to like really get it, but the whole gist of this, because I'm really not even saying the point of the thing, like, so really now, once you say you like just the kick and the snare. Say I like the kick and the snare. So now you could kind of move, this around to kind of get a different sound. And then, like I said, you could obviously go to the 8th and the 16th. The 8 is gonna like split it into, like it's gonna kind of slow it down because the 16th are, obviously faster. Then you can go into the details. You could add, ghost notes. You could push the fill. You could pull the fill. You could have more hi-hats. You could throw fills in it more. I mean, it's just so much you could do, just from this. And then, like I said, I kind of keep that playing, even though I mean, it's okay. But like, like that feel. But like I said, another, super feature from Logic. I mean, they upgraded. I don't know what version of Logic you're on. Yeah, I should cut that out. I was going to say, I don't know what version of Logic you're on, but when they upgraded to version 10.5.1, they actually updated the EXS24 sampler, which ended up being what they call quick sampler and sampler, which is two, new versions of the EXS24. So the the sampler, I think, is the single sampler. Like, I would need my PowerPoint to remember which one. But the sampler, yeah, is the single sampler. So like I said, if you was to actually like load it up, it actually is the sounds from the actual EXS 2024. So like my favorite piano that one of my guys put me on a long time ago, and Warped Piano, the Vanishing Piano. Like, so say you could just load that and it actually loads the preset. Listen to this piano. Yeah, like I said, I'll play that with those drums. Like I was saying with the sampler, like, it not only is it a sampler, but it also, like I said, it has all of these actual sounds in it as well, So you could actually, go into the banks and load it, But you could also, which I'm gonna get into with the other one, because I really don't use that one for sampling. I actually use the quick sampler for sampling. Thought I saved the one, but anyway, let's see, is it still here? Nah. But pretty much, if you had this one, I would say, like, for anybody, like, especially like people like, older, like my age, that like, as far as like producing, like, this was, I would say, like, next to Serato Sample, which is kind of what I use. But once they did this, it's pretty much the same thing, like they basically figured it out, But like I was saying, like, if you like say that same drum that I said I don't like, I'm just finna randomly go in my files and find a song and throw it in here. Probably I'll do something crazy. Ahmad Jamal, a piano player, like here. I don't even know what it sounds like. So here, you just literally drag. I mean, you have both of the choices of optimized and original. I'll throw it in optimized. It's gonna load for a second. I should have saved it. Like, I had one loaded earlier, and I was actually making a beat to it, but I didn't save it. But for the most part, like, I would say, like, this is probably like next to alchemy and sculpture, I would say. And like I said, I really don't use both of those like that, but I would say I use this more than all of those. And here I'm gonna show you why. Well, I'm gonna show you a quick way, because it's a lot of stuff. But like I said, once you load it in, you also have, your classic version, your one-shot version, and your slice version. So instantly, once you put it into slice, I don't know if y'all see that, like it's just chopped it into like 100 billion slices. So now it's actually chopping at, the transient, you got the beat division, you also have equal divisions, and you could also do it manually to where it's like you kind of just going in and like just, you know what I'm saying, putting spots wherever, so to kind of get out of that, go to beat divisions, which I shouldn't have did that. But anyway, I don't normally never use any of these modes. Like I normally just would put it in here and hit it to the transients, and with the transients, you have this sensitivity knob, and once you kind of start going down, it kind of starts taking stuff out. So obviously with it big, it's going, I kind of like quick chops. Like I don't even know what this song is, but I know Ahmad Jamal is a piano player and he has like a lot of jazz chops, so yeah. Where is it? So also, the first thing you want to do, I mean, I don't know if, you might like that, but like I said, you want to cut the polyphony down to one or to mono, and that's gonna allow you to play stuff. So like I said, just kind of getting into, see how it's not syncing up. So here's another way where Logic has saved the day. Like you could actually press this button. I don't know if you mean, that's another story as well, but the time handles and the follow tempo. Like so now once you do that, like I haven't even listened to this song. Like, I don't even know what it is. And I don't even know if it sounds good. Like I'm just pressing buttons. But like I was saying, that's the quick sampler. And I'm gonna get back to that in a second. So say I mute that drum. And then so these two drummer tracks I don't need. Delete those. So now going back to drum kit designer, which is I mean, it's pretty cool. I kind of like the drum machine designer more, but like the drum kit designer, like I said as well, if this is something that you like analog drums, like you could kind of like go in and kind of just pick what drums you want. So if you want like, the big, you know, 22-inch kick drum, or, you want the SoCal one, like they basically have all of the stuff. You could, offset the tune. You could actually dampen it to, let's see, you know, put it up to make it punch more. You like I said, you could actually detune it, stuff like that. And this is just the one actual kit, like I said, and then going to the toms. Same thing, like I said, you have like like I said, you also have low, mid, and high, as far as mixing and EQing, like I said, that's a whole another lecture within itself. But when you're dealing with this, like you could go to the Motown kit, like boom. And say you didn't like the kick, you know what I'm saying? Like you could kind of go in here and, like, change the kick, like you could change the cymbals, it's like you could really like go in and like alter everything that you really, that you really need to, because it's a lot of like if you going be producing and making a lot of music, like a lot of stuff isn't gonna work, and you might have a situation to where it's like this hi-hat or kick or crash or cymbal don't sound right with it, so if you like have access to something like this to where you can like just tune it, yeah, like that's definitely viable. And like I said, it doesn't sound bad. Like I could just instantly record something to it off, but that tempo is but like I said, you could basically just record something quick to it. Let me see. He actually won't even let me get up there. Can't get to the tempo. Yeah. Another thing, I don't know if you use, will this move? Yeah, it will. Okay. All right, I'm learning. I'm learning with y'all. If y'all learning, you know what I'm saying? But another thing I always use is like when you first load it up, it's on Beats and Project. As far as like I forget the in your I forget what it's called, but up here. But pretty much you want to keep I mean, you don't want to, but you might want to put it on custom because like I said, it gives you more control and you actually have more access to more, like information as far as like music. Like say I'm finna play a F sharp major 7 and then you see it says F sharp major 7, F minor 7, like so it's giving you like all of that information. And then as far as like with your quantize, because a lot of times I do like mixed quantizes and stuff as well. So I'll show you that as well. So let me get through these and we'll make something real quick. The drum kit designer. I wonder did it say. So with the drum kit designer, like you pretty much have access to like you can make your own drums. Like I mean, I say the drum machine designer. My bad. So as far as like you could make a drum machine, like as far as like I was actually talking to my teacher before this, and I was just telling him about like how the drums are always set up, like the kick is always C, the snares is always C, D, and E. I'm actually put a snare on this E to show y'all. The hi-hat is always the open is always this one, but like you could pretty much, I'm gonna just throw some on there just to show you like. And I also sent y'all my drum kit that I made. I was supposed to put it out, but I haven't had time. I've been trying to prepare for for this webinar, and I got another one on Pro Tools next week, and I'm doing some other stuff as well, and running like a recording studio. And my daughter's birthday is on Saturday, so just dealing with life and just working with working everything out, but just trying to get it together. But here, let me throw this other snare. But like I said, I'm gonna definitely send y'all this did it go? I'm gonna send y'all my drum kit. Like I said, I was supposed to put it out a while ago. But here, now that I done thrown that on there, boom. So now and so and these are more, I guess this is more stuff that sound like stuff that y'all probably used to hearing. You know what I'm saying? So, and once you like deal with those, like those are more like custom sounds, even though a lot of the sounds that, that we've heard in Logic is the same, stuff, but people have like put in effects and, like done a lot of stuff to alter it to make it sound that way. But like I was saying with this, like you actually could fill this up and have your own, you know, like drum kit. And if you have like, I mean, a drum machine kit, I keep forgetting that, but like if you have like pads, like an MPC, I don't know if you see, well, that's the bottom of my MPC, but you know, if you have pads, like you see the actual pads are, you know, like it's not corresponding, right? Because this is supposed to be that, but you know, your pads are on there, but it corresponds on the, you know, on the keyboard as well. But if that's definitely something that you would, you know, looking into, I would definitely, you know, get into that. And then the last two, the drum synth, you know, kind of going back to what I was saying with the which one was it? The drum kit designer, to where it's like where you might run into a situation to where it's like you really need a specific, you know, kick or a specific, like they have snares and claps, percussion, hats and cymbals. So it might be a specific sound that you're looking for, you know, like you're not gonna know till you need it, you know, and you're gonna be like, man, I need this sound. For real. Like for real, for real. Especially you, Brando, like for real. Like you're early in it. So I mean, you kind of good because like you kind of coming in to where it's like, you know, like a lot of people have done like a lot of, you know, a lot of work to kind of like make it like easier for you. But like when I was coming up, it was like a struggle to like have like some of the stuff just in one of these plugins, I would say probably cost like $3,000. You know, and for me being, you know, like $3,000 was probably like $1,000,000 to me at the time. So, you know, yeah. But I would say with this drum synth, I'll let you hear that, like, you know. Going back to what I was saying, you got the pitch. So if you really wanted to take it down, you know, 12 to get it lower, you know, you could actually pump the tone. I don't know what kind of speakers y'all listen to it on, but this might be rattling right now. Add saturation to it, you know. Maybe cut the decay down a little bit so it'll die down, or cut the decay up to make it, you know, I don't know what to sleep, but whatever. See the shape, that kind of give it that body. See, and if I obviously cut the decay down, that's what's killing it. Kind of like the 808s. It's more with, you know, it would have like legato and portamento on it. But yeah, I would say like that one is pretty good too. Like I said, going into the, even with the snares. Wanted to do a roll, like obviously that's something that, you know, it kind of you know, I mean, there's other ways you could do it, but it could really get that tone when it's like positioning, I guess, the microphone of the snare, or the position that the actual, you know, the stick is hidden, the snare drum. Now it's like it sounded like it's getting more, you know what I'm saying? Man, this is a gritty snare too, so it's really bringing that grit out. You know, like I said, I don't know if that was something that, you know, you would want to rock with. And then Ultra Beat, like, so I was messing with this earlier. Y'all could try it. Like every time this is basically another drum kit. It has drag and drop. That's how I used to use it. Like before they had the drum kit designer or the drum machine design. I keep screwing them up. But like, yeah, I would say between those two, that's pretty much, you know, like it's, you know, like before they had that, like I would use what I was saying, the drag and drop samples feature. But I was messing with it earlier Cause I'm like, yeah, I want to show them this, but nah, I'm not gonna do it. Cause every time I did it, it like glitched it shut my logic down like instantly. So y'all in the chat. I sure wasn't in the chat. If y'all said something, you say what kick is that? Which one? Before, like up in the you could come on if you want. Which kick? That was in the drum synth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one is like I say. That one is pretty. That one is pretty good because it kind of has that 808 kick feel to it, and I kind of like made it too. So it's like you kind of throw a little extra stuff on it to kind of like get it going. Let's see. And we could I'm gonna like probably make like, here, let's go to that synth one. Oh, here, let's see. Yeah, I'll just go to that synth one and just like make something real quick. I actually want to make like 3 real quick just to show you. Cause like I said, oh yeah, my bad. It's one more, Apple loops. I'm not following my PowerPoint. Here, let's go back to the PowerPoint because I'm like I made the PowerPoint. I need to like show it. So here, let me get to 1 second. Where is this at? Is this it? No, it's over here. So new share. All right, I'm gonna just show y'all the stuff on this PowerPoint and just kind of, I'm gonna send this to y'all too, but I just want y'all to like, see what it was. It's like I said, we kind of got away from it, but for the most part, those were all the synths. Like I said, it looked like about 10 synths up there. I would definitely spend some time messing with the synths because, sound design, that's really what I'm basing my well, I'm really trying to start my Railroad Tracks music company, which I work for as running a engineer as the recording studio and a producer. I pay my bills, but like I'm really trying to get into more sound design by like creating like, kits and like sounds, because all the stuff that I was showing you with the synthesis, that's basically what people are doing. Like they're taking a regular sine wave and, turning those knobs and just making it into what it is, So yeah, I would say the synthesizers rather, definitely check.
Right. How you pull them up?
Synthesizers?
Like how you pull the Alchemy up and the EF-M1?
I'm gonna go to that right next.
All right.
Showing you the stuff from the PowerPoint because I kind of went past it.
Yeah.
This was pretty much it. Like, it kind of just was going through everything I went through. Like, as far as like, these was all the virtual instruments, the 6 of them, the studio strings and horns and the vintage B3 organ, the clav and the electric piano and the mellotron. So now you get to the drum machines and the samplers. And then I forgot Apple loops. Excuse me. And here, ideas and technology meets creativity. I think that was kind of the last ones, and that's kind of what it is, where you kind of go to the process, So this is what you're waiting for. You know what I'm saying? So here, I actually just get on with, I go straight from scratch, like from new, nothing. And here, let me close this and I can share it.
Roll up, man.
Once it load. Go bam. Load.
I'm not asking too much. Man, roll the fuck.
Then it's like new share. Yeah, thank y'all for bearing with me. I'm just still figuring it out. Which share is it? So it'll be this one. All right. I'll go to this. All right. So here we go. So y'all should see that. And just to get things going, that's terrible. My logic just closed out. But I don't know if how y'all load it like this. I don't know if my share quit. But load straight from an empty project. You could use a template or whatever. I don't know if y'all see that. Bam. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I gotta cut this screen back on. I got so many screens. All right. So like I was saying, just to start and just to kind of get things going here, I just go to hip hop, drummer, you know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like what I do like real quick, you know. But pretty much once you pick it, it's going to basically kind of have the actual drummer there. So you can kind of just go right here. And I'm just really using this for like a, you know, like a foundation to have something to make something with. It's like they trap beat. Okay, whatever. Yeah, just what I was telling y'all earlier. Yeah, just dupe all these. You could just kind of go right here and hit the dupe. Kind of like those kicks. But like I was saying, you could kind of go up here. And once you in here, like how I was showing you this, how I like the kick, just keep the kick. So take the snare, the clap, all that stuff. I kind of like the hi-hat. Then now you could go right here, hit the plus. You know, obviously, it's the same stuff playing. Go right here, take the kick out. And we got the hi-hat. You know, I'm basically just cheating and making drums. Like, seriously. And do the same thing. You know, and I mean, you don't actually have to do this. You know, like you could make your drums, but I'm just saying, like, this is some, like, I'm basically talking to y'all doing, you know, so say you don't really like, say you don't like those fills right there, you cut the fills down, you know. I don't think those was the fills, those was the hi-hats, these was the fills. So going back to what I was saying, like when you double click down in this blank area, basically like duplicate like whatever, you know, whatever track you kind of had like going. So how you were saying to load up Alchemy, one way you could is like go right here, you know, in the inspector over here, just hit Alchemy. You know, that's one way you could do it, you know, and then like the second way that you could do it is to actually go right here. You cut that off. I don't like that no more. But you could go right here to where it says new tracks. Just hit the plus button, go over here to where it says software instrument, and go down to where it says Alchemy and create a stereo Alchemy track. You know, so boom. So now I got 2 stereo, now I got 2 Alchemy tracks. So I'm gonna try to record something in Alchemy. It's kind of, like I said, Alchemy is very processor heavy. So it's gonna definitely eat up your processor, you know. But if you record what you know what I'm saying? Like if you record what you need to record, is, you know, it's just gonna sound bad. Like when y'all hear me playing it, it just sounds bad. I mean, it actually don't sound as bad. But like I was saying, to kind of go, am I on the right? No, I'm not even on the one. So, but like I was saying with Alchemy, just to press the, you know, the synth plug and the epic synth. And going back to what I was saying with this, so if you want more of the square sound, but if you want more of the sine wave and the combo, you know, this is more of the sine down here. it's kind of the same thing. Like you go right here, it's kind of universal. It's a little bit of everything. But like I said, you can create a song. Even if you wanted to, like I was saying, go to the arpeggio right here. So let's see, I don't like that kick no more. Or the snare. So here, just it'll not be going super long. I always do 8 bars, but I'll do 4. Come quick. 2, 3. It's super slow. So you hit the Q to quantize it. That's definitely something that you want to do. I don't know if you've seen how it just shifted on. It's got a glitch on it. Super glitchy. But I'm trying to get it for playback, so I gotta raise it up. I don't want it to. Once I apply it, it should be good. It just gotta hopefully it don't mess up my audio. But I don't know if you like that, but like I said, that's just kind of something. And then let's go to like one of those. Let's go to like one of those synths that we had. Like, I mean, we could actually use alchemy, but just to kind of, like most of the time when I'm making something, I kind of try to use the same thing, not necessarily all around, but just to kind of get, I guess, the melody. Like, so if I was to go back to my PowerPoint when I was talking about the process, I think it was saying like the melody, arrangement, and instrumentation or something like that. So really, like, this probably would be the melody, like this sound, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And like, to just kind of piggyback off of it, like all it really need, on top of it is like an 808. And then, let's see, I know I was going to my go-to stuff, because like I said, I don't use the Logic stuff all the time, because like I said, if I was to go here, this is all the stuff I have. So all the Logic stuff is cool, but I have a lot more. But say I like that. Say I wanted to add like these strings to it. I mean, it's so slow. And like I said, with the quantizing, like I said, I don't know, the piano roll stuff, that's like a whole another thing within itself, just really like being able to like master this stuff and just figuring out like the timing. Like I could do a whole hour on just this alone. But like I said, it sound kind of cool. So I wanted to go there. Say. I don't know. But anyway, say y'all like it, like I said, going to like the kick, like and this drummer kit that I actually have the kick up here, like but I was gonna say this, but it ain't gonna let me record on it. But I could actually draw the MIDI information in if I really wanted to. But like I was saying, to kind of just really keep going quick, like that ultra beat thing that I was showing you, as far as like with drums, like that's definitely a go-to as far as like to get like a decent kick. Cause like people, I see a lot of people use 808s and they don't have kicks. And a lot of the 808s have kicks on the front of them, and that's what really, what I learned and from a lot of people, like professionals that, have told me and showed me, like, people more so want to, feel like, the low end of the 808, and they want to, feel the punch from the kick, is this the kick? But that's a sine wave, so is it going down? But like I was saying, people more so want to feel the, the punch of the kick and feel the low end of the 808. So here, I'm just finna pick something. And I can actually just pick like the 808, which is kind of like where the 808 came from. Like all the people talk on this 808, like all this stuff came from the same 808 that came out in like the 80s. People have just been, altering it. So I picked the boutique 808, which is just like, what it's called, like an 808 drum kit. Roland put it out. So spinning wheel, I'm sure y'all used to that. Mine be crashing out though. I hope it don't. But yeah. All right, bear with me though, because I'm definitely waiting right along with you. All right. Actually pitch it back. It ain't even a punchy kick, but I could show you how, just like, I guess I'll give you a brief little mixing thing just to kind of, get it. I hate the way this sounds, but. I gotta go do some more. I don't really know what the drums or the kicks. I probably could. Here's a way that I was gonna say that y'all could use that drum machine design. I'm tripping. Like I said, it loads up as an empty kit, and then I'm gonna load up my drum kit that I'm gonna send y'all. I'm gonna just throw that kick on kick 1. And then I'll probably put one of these snares on there. Let's see. It's more of a clap. Yeah, bam. So say I like that snare and here. This how you use the drum kit designer. Like I'm pretty much just kind of doing it from scratch. You would just basically load it up and kind of just, once you have your sound, like it basically says what you should put wherever, as far as like the, so say I like that snare. I don't know. Then boom. And I got a hi-hat, but I need a open hi-hat. So go to my hi-hats. Do I got an open hat in here? Probably not. Yeah, I'll use that one. But anyway, like I said, you like the programming part of it. And like I said, you could actually go in and edit it as far as like, moving stuff in and, putting fades on it. And, like you could actually like make the sound really however you want. Like you don't really have to be stuck with it, however they have it. So say, I'm gonna just put a quick snare in. And I'm gonna show you a quick cheat way too. Obviously, click on it, hit Q. Q is the shortcut for quantizing. If you need it quantized, but like I said, it ended up just throwing it on. Now I basically have that. You could hit Command and R to repeat that. Then you could actually, go together and then hit Command and J to join them. And say I like, these drums, I could just hit, not the regular plus button, but the plus with the, what's the name? So it's going to duplicate the track. And it's only going to do that for whichever one you have selected. And I was only doing that because I want the kick. Yeah, so this beat is so slow. What I mean, like I said, quantum. Piano roll, like this really getting the strings in now. Alright, I'm gonna put an 808 in it. You try to see. Yeah, I know you like that. Whatever you use the drum synth. Try to do an 808 with that. Obviously, you see I'm clipping out. Like, I don't know if you understand. Like, you see I'm in the red like crazy. So it's probably like super loud on like y'all ears as well. You kind of gotta really like kind of just get a balance of everything. I don't normally mix in the headphones. Obviously, like the most loudest stuff is like the kicks and the 808s. And once you like take that down, don't trip. I got my little mixer right here. But you see, I have that kind of decent, but then now once you kind of get to here, it's more like the 808. But like that one is cool. I would probably like take the tone down. That was what I did to get it like sounding, I guess, what you were saying. And that's got it real subby now. I mean, there's so many like, and I can't really hear because I got a subwoofer too. And I got the headphones on, so I can't really hear. Yeah, I'm gonna just do something and then I'm gonna go to something else because I want to make a faster beat real quick and a sample, and then that's gonna be it. But here, let me go in real quick. Let me just throw this in here. Beat is so slow. quantize. Before I finish with this one, and this how I be making a lot of beats. Like somebody come to the studio and I'll just like show them something like, yeah, you should use this, and then it'll just be the beat. Like I'll be done with it, and now I'm listening to it like, you know, should I save it? You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta be going through that like a lot. Like I just be running through like beats that'll be like, you know, what should I do? Because it's like I obviously would probably, I like the, you know, the drum. I like the drums. What I was gonna do real quick, just to kind of show y'all each channel on here, and then I don't know if it's gonna show, but probably not. Hold up, let me share this on the screen. Getting the hang up. Like I say, I'll be back in rep form next week. Over here. So stop, share. Just finna show y'all in the mix window. So like I said, in this mix window, you know, like this is basically like all of everything that's going on. But my whole thing was each channel has a channel EQ on it. Like most of these, like the BMDs, you see all of these got plugins and all that stuff on it. But if you was to just click right here where it says EQ, that's gonna load up as a channel EQ. You know what I'm saying? So kind of going back to what I was piggybacking off of, you know, the this aspect of it. So dealing with, I think this is the kick. So I'm gonna end up doing like a high cut, like a super high cut. What's that? That's the 808. Actually, I'm showing like it's warm. But it's like this kind of what you want, like as far as like getting that bottom and then like actually kind of going in. And I mean, I'm kind of not really doing it like how I would really do it. I like that kick that I use because it got like a little pop on it. Then with the kick, like I kind of carve it in like this. So I would kind of like take all that stuff out. Like as far as like if you would go like into here and seeing that I went all the way down to like 75 and then it's actually being boosted up here at 20, which I actually could boost it at like 50. You know what I'm saying? Is it going over there? Let's see. Will it let me? But now it's like you gotta kind of find the, you know, the fundamental of this kick, you know, like this joint right here. So it's like, and looking at it, it's around that 80. So now you got stuff fighting, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, now you kind of gotta, so say I carve it like this, and then I carve this like this. And I mean, technically you wouldn't, like, you know, you really kind of, it really just depends in the context of what exactly you doing, the way to get it, how you specifically want it. But say I, you know, now I start carving that, and now I'm really, what you hear how the kick is, you know, then now if I play it with, obviously just to exaggerate it, I can keep messing with that cue. Do this cue point and on me off. But you kind of get it if I play it with the rest of it. Just to kind of cut it, just to kind of cut the kick up. like I said, I'm mixing it with headphones on too, so I don't, I'm not used to that either. But let's say that one. I'm gonna just call it something just to save it. Let's just say that, and I think it might take a. Did it? It might take a second to load. Wait, it looked like it's straight. Okay, so here, let's go to new. Then I would say, as far as like dealing with the Apple loops, let's get back into that. And then like a sample. I could probably load this one Apple loop. Yeah. I'm gonna actually do this little sample stuff real quick. So say like I use a program called Serato, which I mentioned earlier. It pretty much does the same thing that what you call it, what's the name of it? The quick sampler does, but like I said, it's Serato. So if you ever like, like dealt with any, like DJ stuff, like all DJ stuff is kind of based off of Serato. So it's like their algorithms are more, like real in tune with that. So it's like it syncs up like, it syncs up to me kind of easier than what's the name. Like I could kind of show y'all that real quick. I was gonna just keep it like straightforward with what's the name, but like just to quickly show it, cause like I kind of figured out a way. Like I don't know if y'all follow. It's a producer named Alchemist, and like I've been listening to a lot of. He was producing, when I was a shorty, But at the end of the day, like right now, he kind of got this boom bap. Like I call it a boom bap method. Like I got about like 10 videos showing it. Like I got a whole hip hop project. Basically doing this. So the reality is like here. I'm gonna just show you. Like I guess I'm getting out of the just logic stuff. So here's like Serato. Because this is kind of how I'm gonna just show you why I use it. Like I'm not endorsing them yet. I'm trying to. Like I know the artist relations manager, and I'm trying to set something up with him. But like I said, I'm really trying to work with Apple and Logic because that's what they were really telling me. Like I'm certified in Logic, like, but I haven't really like done like nothing with my certification. Like they was fixing my computer in the Apple store one day, and I was talking to him, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm certified." He's like, "You certified? Like, why you trying to like work in here?" He's like, "You can do it on your own," So yeah, that was like 2 years ago though. So all right. So with Serato, and I guess like I said, I'll send y'all my channel, but like I said on the video, like I said, Serato sample plus Logic quick sampler equals instant boom bap. So how do I say that? So this is the way I do it. Right. So say, and these are like, these are jewels. This is a nugget. But I tell people this all the time. But pretty much like with this Serato, it's a game changer because it gives you the tempo, and with the Logic thing, the quick sampler, it syncs to the tempo. So I would just throw the sample in the Serato and I would throw a break beat into the quick sampler and watch. Here, that's gonna be what I'm finna do. Give it about 10 minutes and I'm gonna do the Apple loops and then I'll take some questions and then we call it a night for real. So, and I'm just gonna probably pick some obscure sample because most samples that I have in my like sample thing right now I've already sampled. So it's like, wow, what is this? It made like some type of file for that multi-sample that I did earlier. But anyway, let's see. I actually won't pick, I'll try to pick something like, cause like obviously people use all the all the like normal stuff, like as far as like if I was to be like, oh, I'm gonna take, Lionel Richie, or what I'm saying, or the Bill Withers, or the OJs, or like, you gotta get something like that people never heard. Like, let's see. And most of the stuff that people never heard, like I didn't already sample. So I'm just trying to see, like, what is this? Yeah, I actually like that. But somebody sent, but here, I'll just throw, I want to be free. That's my problem. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I'll throw Curtis Mayfield up there. That's my favorite musician. So my main thing with the Serato though, right? So say I just loaded that in there, right? You see it loading, hopefully. So once it actually loads, you basically could hit the sync button and it gives you the tempo and the key of the song, 75.44, so 75.44. Bam, once you put that in, you hit the sync again. So now if I go in here and press play, like I actually could go up here to the master tempo of the song and actually turn the song up. It's like going 300 something BPM. I could turn this going 5. So now you have ultimate control over the song. Almost gone. You know what I'm saying? So the whole gist of that, okay, now you playing the song. So now all you got to do, so say you don't know how to sample or what, like all you do is you press this find samples button. Bam. Now I didn't already chop the song up for you. Well, and it's already in the tempo. So like I said, dealing with samples, like it's like one of my hardest struggles with samples, especially dealing with like the MPC, the original one, like was trying to actually keep everything synced up, like, like the sample might be flowing a certain way, but the beat might not, but like with this one, I don't even know what it is. I'm just gonna press record. Like, okay. 2. This is way too slow. I don't like these slow beats. But going back to what I was saying, you could speed it up. But I don't want to speed it up because I want to kind of get a break beat in there. But tomorrow I got, well, let's actually, I don't actually like them chops either. Show me on the back.
That shit raw as hell. That sample raw as hell.
I don't like it.
Crazy as hell.
I mean, it's cool.
This is it.
ahead. Just
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
record.
That up.
It's kind of off. Look at my piano roll. Piano roll is your friend. It's kind of off though.
All right, as you can just slap them bitches right where you want it on that piano roll. I remember the piano roll from when I used to fuck with Fruity Loops as a shorty.
Yeah, the same. I don't know. But then just like I said, it ain't even on, but like I said, you hit the cue to quantize it. It didn't do it, but once you look over in here, you will see it go. And boom, it then just threw everything on. And that little extra that was behind there, I just take it out and then just kind of go up in here and just kind of clean it up. You know? I don't even know if it's like the way it needs to be. Like, you know, I just did, you know, but sometimes you could actually just move the tempo down or, here, let's see. Because you see how I got them little gaps. Like, you could actually kind of just go in and, like, make them all extended, you know.
Right.
End up having, you know, that little space gone. It was kind of off, but anyway, like I could just throw something else. This one might line. Like, you never know. Just to keep it I mean, it didn't go how I wanted, but then just to kind of, you know, move this up a little bit and kind of just really get it. You kind of want to get it clean. But my whole thing was dealing with that quick sample, because now I'm going to just go up in here. And then I'm just going to load up a break beat. Like, and to me, it's not even really going. And then just kind of going back to what I was showing you with this, like you could start filtering stuff out too. To really make the sound how you want it, you know. Or if you didn't want that, you could just make it bassier too. Like it's so much stuff you could do. Like, you know, obviously this is where that sound is at. So if you want to just turn that into like and I mean, and you could like automate this. Like you can kind of have it going back and forth, you know. But anyway, just going back to what I was saying. Because I'm going to throw a break beat in here. I don't like the sample because it's not clicking. But say I go to the break beat. And I mean, I could like actually put some real drums in it, but just for this example, like I said, these break beats, all this stuff end up just kind of like lining up. Like I'll just kind of pick one. You probably have even heard this break beat before. They like literally breaks. Obviously, it's going super fast when you load it in. But you got to go in and hit that fine tempo follow button. Once you cut that down to mono. Like, I don't like that. So say I record, yeah, it's on 2, 3, 4, like. Didn't record at the beginning. Hold up. All right, so. And I could actually cheat. Going back to what I was saying, with just, you know, quantizing it and then just, wow, what's up with that quantize? Yeah. It's kind of not, you know, because it's a little gap. Yeah, it's still kind of still synced up. I'll be like crazy. Got rid of that boy quick. So then just say to do the same thing, or to even with the drummer. Like, I mean, it's just so many options. Like, that's kind of how I look at it. Like, say you didn't like that sample that I just did. Say to just really like make the beat like boom bap-ish. Like, say I could just load up like this hip
drummer in that bitch, right?
You know what I'm saying I could
put in, take out what you want.
Not even that drum. I was gonna load up. Wow, I don't want that drum. The boom bap dude, you know. So it's like now this dude, his beats sound obviously this one ain't the one I want. But like, say you just kind of go to like put it on soft. Go ahead. I really don't like these things. These so cheesy, but. But you could still kind of get what you need. Like if say I got that sample going, say I dupe that one. Well, you can try playing that. Might go to it. You know. See, is it playing? I think that's the other one. What I was gonna say, like, see how it don't start where you want it, so I can just move that over. Well. Cool. Like I be trying to like do what you wouldn't even think. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even hear that in the thing. And then I would build off of that. And like I was saying, kind of just going, I won't go to the channel, but like just kind of dealing with filtering it out, like, you know, because I kind of got all my stuff hooked up. Like this kind of something I would probably do, like automate up in there. Like I say, that's just, you know, that's just one. And then going back to what I was saying with the break beats, like I didn't even really get into like the audio side of it, which I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do one more and with the Apple loops. And with the audio, you really could kind of like take those break beats. So like if say, yeah, let's see. I'm gonna just throw something in here because I got the break beats folder right here. I don't even know what it is. I'm gonna try to find the shortest file. Yeah, I'll just throw it in. And basically, you know, I meant to. Oh yeah, my bad. I'm gonna undo that. I forgot to tell what it do. So I forgot if you ever import whatnot, if you ever, but like what it did. But you could go up here and you could put adapt project tempo, or you could put automatic, you know, to actually make whatever you loading in like instantly adjust to, you know, like you got like a loop or something. Cause I didn't get the loop with like MIDI and all that stuff as well. Like I say, you could just drag whatever in here and, you know, put a MIDI file, you know, in there and just switch the sounds from Alchemy and all that. You know, like how I said, do you want the tempo and all that stuff? You know, it don't matter. I could let it show it. You're gonna end up what's the name in it up here through the time handle thing. Which that ain't it. What's that? So I forget which one of these it is. I think it's is it Slice? I don't know. But I think it's one of these. Like I say, it's multiple ones. But which one is it? I think this is it right here. So yeah, you basically could kind of, I mean, hopefully this is on, because if it's not gonna work. But if whatever loop, it just put it. So I obviously could have made it, you know, shorter so it'll. You know what I'm saying? But that's like just something that you could do, like just on the wait, hold up. What's the name is? No wonder. But yeah, like you could kind of just clean it up to really like get it to pop as far as like make this loop like clean. Cause now it should be straight. Pause to take the sample off. Like I said, what you would end up doing, like you could kind of do what I was doing with the other ones to kind of, because it's like once you put it into this mode, like it basically like end up chopping it how you want it. So if I go here, it actually took it off. Now that I'm looking at it. So then now you do that. That don't look like that's going to the end. So now you do that. Then now, because you really want, you know, the kicks, because looking at it, you really want the kicks to hit on, you know, the 1 and the 3, and the snares to hit on the 2 and the 4, you know. Now, obviously, it might be little points in between, but that'll kind of keep you on point. Like, and looking at this is off. And that's kind of what these do. You know what I'm saying? As far as like how you could just move them back, you know. Like it basically, these are what they call time handles, you know. But that's, like I said, that's another story. But if you ever clicked on this and seen that, that's what it is. So you basically could like move these and kind of like reconstruct all this. You know what I'm saying? Like you could kind of like, make the handle and make, a part long or whatever. So I would definitely get into something like that. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna go to the Apple Loops. I'm debating if I'm gonna save this. I probably do because I like that one little joint. Yeah, I'll keep that. Then I'm gonna do this Apple Loops. I'm gonna show you a beat that I did in Apple Loops probably like maybe 3-4 days ago, and then I'm gonna just make one real quick, and then we could call it one. And yeah, I'm gonna just save this real quick. Like I said, a lot of stuff I'll just be making because you could just make stuff so quick, you know. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't even get into MIDI as far as like dealing with dealing with what would I call it 3.0. But dealing with MIDI as far as like just dealing with the actual what you call them MIDI the MIDI the just the program MIDI files, because like people sell standard MIDI packs and whatnot, so that's just really like, that's crazy. Now I'm looking in my email. A couple people was saying that they couldn't get in, and I kind of just kept going because I don't have nobody helping. Like, my daughter was supposed to come help me, and then a couple other people said they was gonna like come support. They signed up, but they didn't, show up. So man, so the show must go on. Thank y'all for definitely tuning in and rocking with me. We've been going for, it's gonna be almost 2 hours, so I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Like I said, I'm finna show y'all this little Apple Loops thing. Do something real quick in that. If y'all got any questions, you know what I'm saying, then we could call it one. You good over there, Brando?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, cool. Definitely thank you for tuning in with me. I'm over here seeing how, so did my thing even go live? I pressed the button and it never even worked. It's like I went live on Facebook and YouTube, and probably with about 5 minutes in, it said my YouTube stream is not going. And now I'm looking back here saying my Facebook is asking me, do I want to go live? So, okay, let's go to this Apple Loops one. So this, let me share my screen. This one actually is kind of like a house beat. Because like I said, most of the stuff I make is, like I deal with a lot of hip hop clients, so I'm always making hip hop. So I'm always trying not to make hip hop. For real. So I was trying to make this house beat, which is pretty much Apple Loops, and that I didn't get into this, but it was the polysynth. So yeah, I'm gonna just show it to you, and then I'm just gonna kind of go in and do some Apple Loops from the start. I think I was filtering this too. It's actually not good. I forgot I automated it. Then I let this come in. That's that one sound, the Evoc, the polysynth. And I think this arpeggio is out. But that's actually not supposed to play with it. That's actually off. But anyway. All right, so I'm gonna just go to a new one. And with the Apple Loops, you probably gotta install them. I don't know if you have Apple Loops, but you definitely gotta install the Apple Loops to get them going. So bam, let's see. I'll just make a software track just cause. Let's get back here. Where's this thing at? So share my screen. All right. So yeah, with the Apple loops, like I said, it's kind of similar to what I was saying. You could actually a keyboard shortcut is the letter O, and it'll just pop them up. You know, you hit the letter I to pop up the inspector over there too. I think you could hit L or Y or something to load up the library. Y for the library. You know, but yeah. So once you load up, you see some of these are kind of grayed out because I don't have them. But all you got to do is press the button. And as you see, it's loading them up right now. So going back to what I was saying, you can literally just kind of either search through genre. I said, these are pretty much just some drums that they have. So like I said, just literally me dragging these drums from right here into here. And looking at it, it's 3 different ones and one feel. So why not? Why not just pick the first one, the third one, and put the first one? Where's that? It's indexing. Okay. My computer is slow too. This is terrible. But like I said, that's actually the drums sound pretty good. Hey, that's good. Now, excuse me. Sorry about that. Like I said, you can hit the letter U to make this section loop. If you want it to stop, you can hit the letter C, and that'll take the cycle off, like how it's gonna keep going. But if you hit, obviously hit return, then hit the letter U, back looping, second to catch on. But like I was saying, I would throw that first one, the third one, bring it back to the first one again, and then I would go to this field. And this is just literally like, there's really no thought into it. It's just kind of thinking of a groove, like 2-bar groove, change it, change this 2 bars, which it might not even change. Then play the regular 2 bars or feel at the end. And it's a loop. I don't, like I said, I just pretty much just grabbed it from the side over here. So if you like that, in the 60s, hey, they got a 60s bass synth. No, that's 80s, my bad. Just keep going. Like, you could pretty much kind of just find like anything. If you're looking for stuff specific, you could search from the instrument or the genre, or whatever. Like they got descriptors that kind of like, if you're looking for something melodic, kind of, hit on the keyword, as far as like if you're looking for a feel, you can just press a feel. If you're just looking for something, distorted or ensemble, So it's like abandoned. And then everything, that's the one thing about loops. Everything loops. Works. Like it works. I'm not saying that this is what I was going for, but I'm just saying it's an action sense gonna come in now. Here's a quick trick, like how it's playing. So I shared this with one of my teachers earlier, but like you see how I have the 2. So this is the first 1 through 4. This is the 5 through 9 or whatever. So basically what you could do is transpose this one up 5, and then, like you'll hear it, and this is instantly like you're making music, like right now. I listen to them. Or if you want wanted to actually take it down, because I think it'll sound better. Actually going down 6. But still the same. You know what I'm saying? And if say I'm rocking with that.
Show how you do that one more time.
I mean, that's just really the so say you got the really with anything. So say like you got this, hold up. Say how you got these two.
Right.
2 different ones. So when you go up here in your inspector window, this is kind of where everything kind of goes on. Like, so if I wanted to, transpose it, I basically kind of just went, it's like I could change this. Like I could make this be, now it's finna be, let me think. Yeah, it's finna sound.
All right, because you clicked on them couple bars, now you just changing them bars.
Yeah, so now this one it's obviously the beginning is regular at 0, but this one is -8 and this one is -5. So, that's kind of going down semitones. If you transpose it down, 12 is an octave. So, it's pretty much like it's gonna kind of go, it's already down, now it's gonna go up a little to, and then if you really like get crazy with it, like you could just kind of create, like I just was to put 0 back at this one, which is what we started at, and then go here and take it back up where we want it to go. And then now, if I was to play it back, now it's a whole 16 bar. Sound pretty crazy, but like I literally just grabbed this, now it's gonna go. Then it's gonna go back where it started. Then it's gonna go up and start back over. Then it's gonna start back over and come back. Let's see how this drum sounds. And like I said, just really dealing with effects. It's like I deal with a lot of filters. On this to really, But that's really more stuff you would do in the song. Like say the verse is like this. Then it might start B. You might have another sound like, and then you kind of might hear that in the background. Then at one point, it might.
Right.
But like I say, that's just really more dealing with like mixing, but dealing with these Apple loops, and it's so much stuff. Like, and this just like I say, like dance music. Like you could go down here and you could kind of just go down here and like say. They obviously set stuff up so you could kind of look and just look for specific stuff. But if say I wanted this Empire State, like you could literally just like make a beat from their stuff. Like look at all 1, 2, 3 of these. So here I'm just gonna grab all of these. I'm gonna hit U once it go in. So now it's copying. I don't even know what it is, but Empire State arpeggio, Empire State bass. Empire State beat. Empire State heart. I'm not saying that it's good, but I'm just saying, And you don't even really need that. I don't really like the arpeggio. Kind of like that. See, even with that harp, you could do the same thing that I was doing. like with that, just kind of going up in, transpose that one 6, 5. You know, it's like you just really creating just off of that. And if you was to go to that drummer track, you know, it just make the drums for you, you know, and it kind of, a lot of times it'll sync up. I really was using drummer a lot of times if I would have like producer's block or whatever they want to try to call it, you know, or I was just being lazy, you know. For real, it can inspire creativity, like, you know, just to take this drum, because I might hear whatever this is different just off of that, to be like, okay, and it's gonna sync it up, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might load something up and be like, man, this sound like, you know, such and such song. Like, come on, your favorite producer might be using drummer. I'm not even saying that I like that no more. That's what I'm saying. You could literally like take anything. Like, I'm gonna just take this, ain't even with that. It's gonna sync up to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just that quick. Just change. Throw some hits. I just made a killer beat, like face off guitar chord. Like, I'm just seeing stuff and adding it. I don't yeah, they got a little 808 down there too. But that's what I'm saying. Like, and I'm not even like touching like the keyboard. I'm just like grabbing stuff from off the side. Like, you know, I would say that was probably one of the one things that they showed me when I got certified in Logic. Like, I thought it was like, wow, you know, and they was just showing me like all this stuff. I'm like, man, like, you don't even gotta like have talent to like make a beat. Like, all you gotta do is know how to like drag and drop. So yeah, I would say definitely experiment with the Apple loops and the audio. Because I would say Logic, they, you know, I mean, me personally, I use Pro Tools when dealing with audio, but Logic is, you know, they getting better and better and better and better, you know. Like, I don't know if they'll catch up, but, you know, they pretty close, you know. I would say, yeah, just mess with, I would say mess with all of it, you know. Really look into some third party stuff, because it's, you know, that's really where it's at. But then it's like, you know, obviously if you don't have the third party stuff, you got to figure out what you got, you know. And when I first was messing with Logic, I was just kind of dealing with, you know, like I said, a lot of third party stuff, but I really didn't know what I was looking for per se, because everybody I know was dealing with like FL, and, you know, they gave me Nexus, and I was dealing with a lot of cracked plugins and all that type of stuff. So now, you know, I definitely encourage you to, you know, buy the software, you know, because like I said, it makes my system run smooth. When I had cracks, it definitely was buggy, you know, and it's a lot of glitches in the system. But I would definitely say, you know, just kind of experiment with Logic, like Alchemy. And the quick sampler, I would say like, are my favorites. But that vanishing piano, like I said, it only works on, so many things because because it's interfering with, so yeah. I would say just kind of check the stuff out, Like I said, I'm gonna do another one, I think in 3 weeks. I haven't planned it out because like I said, I'm kind of doing everything on my own. So I still have a business to run and I gotta record somebody like in like 51 minutes, 52 minutes. So it's like, I'm gonna try to work on another one for like I said, for dealing with sampling, because a lot of people, want to sample and really just dealing with audio and logic because it's real, I don't know, it's real glitchy. And I kind of just go do it in Pro Tools because it's easier. But I've had, you know, I've had to use like Logic because if say somebody buy a beat from me and they want to record, it all really depends on how I feel. If they're gonna record with me, I would probably just record them in Logic because it's like if I made the beat in Logic, I don't really feel like exporting the beat out to Pro Tools, then importing the beat back in, and then record. Like I could just have them record everything right there in Logic. And if I'm going, mix it in Pro Tools, then I could export it out and then do all of that, as opposed, but like I said, I would say just keep messing around with Logic and, send me some of the stuff that y'all working on. Cause I definitely, like to hear what y'all got and let me know what plugins that y'all like, and are y'all using like stock drums or like what are y'all using? Like, are y'all using like all the Logic stuff or what?
Yeah, I mostly use Logic. I sometimes do sound design on Logic's Alchemy and ES2. Personally, ES2 is my favorite.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I like the you can get a nice 808 sound out of there. Like I was like when I went back to like I would say like a couple of my first Logic beats, I was mainly just using like the EXS 24 and like just using the sine wave from there because I really didn't know, and then just kind of working the EQ and stuff to kind of just get that going. But so you doing like sound design? Like what are you working on? Like you working on like your own music, or you just like trying to like produce music for people or for like film or commercials or what?
I make my own music.
That's what's up. So what you rap, sing, or what you do?
No, I do a lot of different genres. I recently posted a trap beat on my channel. I posted a few rock beats. Um, actually many modern beats
Yeah.
and a club beat. I do a lot of different genres, but I don't sing or rap to any of.
Oh, that's what's up. Cool. You got anybody that you working with or looking to work with?
No, not really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got a lot of time, so you got enough time to like just keep working and getting better, and I'm quite sure somebody's gonna want to work with you because you work in Logic. How old are you?
13.
13. Yeah, you work in Logic at 13. Yeah, and how long you been using it? You said 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, you got a lot under your belt already. I don't even want to tell you how old I was when I picked up Logic. It definitely wasn't, 11. So, but yeah, I'm definitely going. What you say?
Ableton Push.
You said, have I ever used it?
Yeah.
Nah, I wanted it. I definitely like it because of, the multiple pads as far as like, like being like, I think with me, I think Ableton like push what I was gonna use it. I wasn't gonna use it for like I guess making beats and doing sequences. Like I was gonna kind of do it for like triggering like live like performances. Cause like I'm like I rap, but I'm not like active like that. But I have like a project that I'm gonna like basically like do something that I've seen some people do, but nobody do it like where I'm like doing everything. Like I have drums, like I play bass, guitar, piano, sound like so I'm trying to like just do everything, but like program it into like Ableton Push. Kind of like this singer that I seen, Elise Tro, like she kind of was using the Ableton Push and doing all that stuff. So I don't have it, but I want it, and I'm a gearhead, so I kind of try to stay away from all that. Do you have one, or
No, I'm just thinking about getting one.
yeah? It's definitely a good investment. The I was looking at, like I said, I was looking at the studio, the Ableton studio. Excuse me, because I've been, like I messed with Ableton, and I kind of like basically what I do as far as like with dealing with samples and stuff like that. That's the foundation of what Ableton, kind of started with, as far as like dealing with warping like audio and stuff like that, and being able to just kind of load up sequences on the fly. So if like say you have like this beat that you made, you could just load it on a pad and just kind of play it. So it's like you kind of doing like live remixing, and it's kind of doing what I was doing with trying to do with the Serato stuff. Because like obviously when you're dealing with the timing, you know it's gonna have to like sync up. So more like digital stuff, like stuff that's probably made like after like the 80s and the 90s, all that stuff is kind of like computer, so like all the stuff back in the days, like the drummer might have been lagging a little bit, so yeah. But I would say I'm definitely grateful that y'all came, and I'm definitely gonna send y'all the slides as well as the free drum kit. And like I said, I'm gonna have another event for this. I haven't made the flyer and all that, but it'll probably be the last week of this month. And at the end of the day, I definitely keep you all in the loop of what I have going on. And I'm trying to, if there's anything that y'all want to learn, just let me know, because I'm in the process. I'm really in the process of putting together my Logic course, and a couple other things. But since COVID, like I kind of had to repivot, because I was supposed to do a whole summer program like doing it, like in person, but COVID like that shut everything. So it's just like this was like my first webinar. Like I've been to webinars, but I never, did one. And everybody's been telling me, because people call me all the time. Like all this stuff I'm talking, like people call me on the phone all the time, and I'll sit on the phone with them for hours. Not hours, but longer than I should. Like trying to show them how to, like figure something out. Like I said, y'all got my contact info. And, definitely reach out.